Hey guys, so today I finally have the handbrake cables for my Civic EG, which is just on the floor. I will show you guys that in a second, but before I go on about that, let's have a look at the S2000 because that is what I have been busiest with at the moment. So engine bay wise, I haven't really done much to it. I have drained the coolant, which you guys can see down there. But most of the work has obviously been done in the interior. So everything has been stripped out completely. The wiring loom is, well, yeah, I can just pick that all up and it's all loose. The rear is still attached just to the fuel pump back there. But apart from that, I think the soft top windscreen heater is still attached too. So that's almost out. But what I really want to show you guys is the impact or the damage that has been caused to this car. So I did receive a few comments saying that I could have repaired the car and pull it back onto the road, but after looking at this damage, I don't think that's possible. So if I just move this out of the way, yeah, you guys can see how the floor has sort of crumbled in a bit. It's like folded around these edges, and to be honest, if I was to fix this and sold it on, I wouldn't be happy knowing that someone else is driving a car with this sort of damage. And look at this accelerator pedal. You can't even go full throttle anymore. So I just wanted to leave that pedal in for you guys to see, but that is the damage that has been caused. So if we have a look at that from the outside, it doesn't look too bad actually. Well, yeah, you can kind of see how it's folded in a bit. Of course, rust is starting to form down there as well, but that's normal anyways, especially for a crash car. But if we have a look at all the parts that I have taken off at the moment, we have all the trims there. That's quite a lot of stuff. The bumpers, we have seats, we have more trims. I've tried to label everything as best as I could, but you know what, after a while everything just ended up being in a huge mess. So that's the dash to the S2000, and underneath that we also have the steering wheel, the airbag, and various other bits and bobs. But anyways, going back to the Civic EG, which is over here, the handbrake cables have finally come. So I managed to find some DC2 ones which are in more or less new condition. So I can finally put this onto the rear, and then afterwards I can show you guys what wheels I have to put on this car. So let me crack on for the next hour or so. Hopefully it's not too bad, because sometimes the bolts to the handbrake cables are really rusty. So I'm going to give that a try, and then afterwards I'll catch up with you guys and I'll show you what wheels I have to put onto the Civic EG. So the handbrake cable is finally on. It actually took a bit longer than expected. I think the hardest bit had to be where I removed the center section of the exhaust just to slot in the handbrake into the interior, and a couple of the bolts were a bit tight to loosen as well. But anyways, my wheels are just over there, and I am excited to show you guys because these actually came from one of my friend's cars. He gladly, well, we did some sort of exchange, and I am now in possession of these Desmond Ragamaster Evos. So a few of you may know that this is actually the same wheel as the Spoon SW388, and Desmond are the company who actually built these and then sold them on to Spoon, or Spoon sold them on as one of their wheels. So these are the stickers that are from factory, and I was thinking about respraying them to a different color, but to be honest, in this white and black arrangement, I think it will look pretty good. And of course I do want to keep the stickers as well, just in case, well, you know, you'll get those sort of people who say, oh, those are fakes or they're replicas, and having those stickers are just a bit of authenticity. But anyways, I am going to stick this onto the car so I can show you guys roughly what it would look like once it's on the road. And here we are guys, the Desmond Ragamasters are on the Civic EG, and doesn't it look awesome? I've been wanting to put it on the car for ages, but as you guys know, I have totally neglected this car. And to be honest, well, there's a story behind this. I did promise you guys. Well, the reason why I still have this car is because this is actually my very first car. It was a present from my dad when I passed my driver's test. And ever since I bought an S2000 in 2009, I literally parked this on my driveway and just haven't done anything to it. And it just shows with the interior. Look at the steering wheel. It is full of, oh, I don't even know, mold or moss or whatever. I definitely ain't touching that. That is just disgusting. Have a look at that. Oh, that is nasty. I hope you guys aren't eating or anything, but that is filthy. But anyways, yeah, it has DC2 Recaro seats, which are in great condition. None of the bolsters have sagged, or it has sagged slightly. I do have the J's Racing air intake. This has been removed from the engine bay so that the air filter doesn't get dirty. And don't worry, I did plug up the throttle body inside the engine bay, so no rubbish kind of gets in there. There's lots of rare goodies like mud flaps and whatnot hidden down there. There's a DC2 steering rack that I have to put on. There's the Civic EG bonnet bra, which is quite rare as I kind of know it. A spoon ECU, which I've kind of, I don't know why I've left it out there, but it has been left out. And of course, to accompany the spoon ECU, I do have a VTEC controller from Spoon themselves. So if I can just focus in on that, that is a pretty rare item, but it's awesome. You can change the VTEC crossover, which of course once I get this car back onto the road, I can show you guys that. But yes, did you guys notice that the interior of my car is actually red? That is because when this car was advertised, it was advertised as black, as you guys can tell from the outside. But once we got there, we had a look at the engine bay and the whole car was red. But nevertheless, I still went ahead and chose this as my first car. So that is the story behind this Civic EG. I do feel very sorry for it because it has sat there, it's very dirty, it's neglected, lacquer is peeling in various places, and I do need to get it sorted. But that is the video for this week, guys. I will hopefully try to finish off the S2000. Hopefully by the end of this weekend the engine should be dropped out, and then we should transfer it over to my JDM S2000, which has the blown engine. And then once that is out of the way, I want to show you guys the structure of that S2000, as in how it was created, and there's something special like a cross brace, something like that. Anyways, we'll get onto that later on once I get down to that video. So I will most probably see you guys next week.